Hello, it's Kadesha. I'm back with another video. How do we determine if where we are, God is the one who put us there? And of course, this is just one factor because it can be a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, look at my hair. See my hair trying to. It's the end of this hair, y'all. I don't know when you're gonna see the new hair, but it's the end of this one, and we're just trying to hold on. We're just trying to hold on for a little while. But yes, one way that you're going to know that this is the Lord putting you there or has placed you there is how they respond to you being there. And so, like I said, this is not a one size fits all, but this is one way to determine, like, okay, this is the Lord doing. And one thing for sure is the connection, because there's no way that I could have connected with these people. No way. So I'm just like, okay, Lord, I know this was you. I ain't even know what I'm talking about. So the Lord has given me a new opportunity to where I can work with these people. And I went in and I'm doing my thing, and I'm like, why is that like that? Because it's trying to get in some shine. So I went in and I'm new, of course, and they started asking me questions that I would think someone else who has already been there, you would already have this like established. Like, this is not something you're asking me because I'm coming in to help. And so they were like, yeah, do you have a recommendation on this, or what should we do? And I'm just like, now, Lord, I ain't coming in here to change nothing. I'm coming in here to do what I need to do and go. That's what I'm doing. But when the Lord is using you, and look at me, we know we gotta put it on ourselves, like, the Lord using me. I'm talking to you, not me. But when the Lord is using you, you are to go into whatever place that He's called you to and be a light. So you're going to change whatever the atmosphere is. And I honestly believe it's going to be for good. But however, you could be the one who shifts some things around because things aren't going in a way that is pleasing to the Lord. So the Lord brings you in to cause a shift. And I was actually just talking about this with someone yesterday with Queen Esther and the purpose of her position as being queen. Like, she was just okay with, basically living her life, not even concerned about whatever. But the Lord strategically put her in that place to save her people. And most of the time, that's how we are, right? When we go into a place, we want to do what is necessary, get out the door, get my whatever I'm supposed to get here, and go on by my business. That is what I come here to do. I come here to make my money, to do, and I wouldn't say the bare minimum, but to do the job that I'm asked. And I'm not trying to shift the culture. I'm not trying to ruffle feathers. I'm just trying to do what I need to do and get out. And when the Lord has called you to a place, you're not going to be comfortable there. And like I said, I was talking to someone yesterday, just about this, and they were saying how they are feeling like a shift, and the Lord is like basically calling them out to say something, and they are just kind of, I guess, needed somebody to kind of talk it through, because they're like, well, I'm just asking the Lord to go before me. Like, I don't want any chaos. I don't want any. And I was like, well, Jesus, He was a disruptor. Like, Jesus ain't coming here about to play patty cake with you. So we as people, no one really, and I say no one, but I can't, some people, they like confrontation. They like to go back and forth. Majority of people don't like that, because it gets you nowhere, really. So nobody don't like to go back and forth. However, if something is not working, communication is what we need to be able to fix this. And most of the time, when someone knows they're wrong about something, they don't want to communicate. And if they do communicate, they don't communicate effectively. They play like word salad stuff. So I believe the Lord, when He has you to go into this place, you're going to realize like this is the Lord, because like I said, people are going to be asking you for things, and also you're not going to be comfortable the way things are. You're going to be like, oh, okay, I see something that can be changed here, and the Lord will allow you to come in and change some things. And I one thing about me is I'm an advocate for the elderly. I love them, and I just want them to have their best life, because and I can go before them, so I ain't trying to act like they'll go before me, but they're at the end of their life more so the beginning, and I want the rest of their days to be the best of their days. And so most of the time when I go into a situation, it's not good. And this is not every case, because I worked with someone who loved their parent, and maybe they loved them too much, because of the things they used to be doing. I'm like, would you chill out? Would you chill out? Yeah, they was acting like it was like their parent was a new baby. When you got a new baby, it's just something about that baby, And so of course I loved it, but it was just kind of funny because they would just buy them stuff. And it's like, you do realize they're not going anywhere now. Just like when the parent to buy their kids shoes, you do realize they're not walking anywhere, right? Now the newborn baby with $60 shoes on, you do know they're not walking anywhere. But it's like you love them, and so that's not always the case when I go into a situation. But other situations I go in, I'm like, okay, we can tweak this. We can make it a little bit better. And this just happened recently, and I'm just like, Lord, I didn't realize that's what you're doing. I'm just coming here. I'm trying to do my work. I'm trying to, do what I need to do. But I'm gonna make sure that these people are taken care of. That's my goal. That's my goal, to make sure that they feel like they have respect and dignity. And so I went into this place, and I was like, okay, no, this is not gonna work. So anytime I come, I'm gonna do this. And the next thing I know, the other people are doing it when I'm not there. And I'm like, Lord, you know what? And then so now I'm going into this other situation, I'm getting this another opportunity where I'm going into another place. And like I said, they're asking me like, what do I do? And I'm just like, or no, they didn't say that. They said, well, do you have a recommendation on this, or you want me to change it? Because I can change it. And I'm like, no. And that's also something that we have to realize too, because I was talking to someone about this yesterday. Unfortunately, we can abuse our authority, because most of the time we want to feel important, and so we'll go in and try to change things. So that's not what I'm saying. That's not where I'm trying to get at. No, that's not at all. I'm saying if something can be better, then yeah, we make it better. But I'm not trying to go in and just act like your system is messed up and everything is wrong. That's not what I'm saying. If me trying to just give a recommendation just because you asked me, it's like, no, this is good where it is. There's no sense of changing, it. So we have to be careful in that, because we could be that way to where we stop relying on the Lord and being humble in the position, and start to think, well, oh, they're asking me, so I need to do yada, yada, yada. And take it from the young man. I think I'm trying to think of who it was in the Bible. But he was new to the king. He was new being a king, and he went and talked to the elders about a certain tribe who was basically saying like, if you basically have mercy upon us, we will be your slaves for the rest of our generations, just so we can have protection. We be in covenant with you. And so this king, he went to the elders, and the elders was like, that's a great idea, you need to do that. And then he went to some other people were like his peers, and they were like, no, since my father did so and so, we're gonna be the same way. And it was just terrible. It's like, that is abusing your authority. Just because you can do something doesn't mean that you should. So I also don't want us to get that mixed up either, because as we know, as we read through the Kings and the Chronicles and all that, we know that just as well as they were appointed or anointed or whatever you want to call it, it was taken away from them. And so let us not get into the position to where we don't remain humble in the positions that the Lord has placed us in, because he will remove you and he will place someone else there. So I hope you were able to grab something from this, because all of us are in seasons, different seasons of our lives, and someone may be stepping in a new season, or someone may be in a familiar season, but they're having to do different things than what they're used to doing. And hey, rely on the strength of the Lord, because his word says he is looking to and fro in the earth to show who he can basically show himself strong in. And it's only going to be the peoples whose heart is perfect toward him. So we have to make sure that above anything, any position you get, that you keep your heart perfect toward God, and that will lead you to the road that the Lord has for you. So thank you so much for watching. Like I always say, saca lo que quieres ver en otros. Until next time, bye.